Hey Aurora, they're adding a Matsu onto Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. What do you think about that?
Adding a new monster to Monster Hunter Rise? That's hardly worth my time. I've already taken on every monster in the game with ease using my trusty longsword. But I suppose it might provide some entertainment for lesser hunters who need new challenges.
Dude, Aurora coming in with the spicy takes. She's just getting spicier and spicier. I'm getting her ready for a couple of more videos. So yeah, that's just a little teaser from Aurora. But anyway, today we got the information about the new update titled Update 5, which I believe is going to be releasing at some point later today. Technically speaking, they say it's going to be available tomorrow. I am still going to be doing a live stream around midnight 30. If they release the new update, cool, we'll check it out. And if they don't, at least we'll get some grinding done and all of that good stuff. Now, I understand that not everybody's going to want to watch through the live stream where I reacted to all of the stuff that we're getting with Title Update 5, so I figured I'd do this video as kind of like a short little summary about all of the things that we are going to be getting. So one of the first things, what are the new monsters? Well, surprising absolutely no one, we're going to be getting a Matsu. A Matsu is going to be available at Master Rank 10. It looks pretty good from the stuff that we've seen in the trailer. I'm really, anxious to go in there. Anxious? Anxious is kind of like the wrong word. I'm excited to go in there and jump in and beat a Matsu. However, I'm not as excited due to the fact that, a Matsu is also one of the monsters that hovers, which probably is going to make fighting him with a gun lance a really big challenge. But, it is what it is. For those of you that are not familiar with Amatsu, here's a short description. All the dragons that can manipulate the weather and are able to conjure up unrelenting gales. Amatsu glide through the air on currents they create using their wing membrane, making it look as if they're dancing in the sky. The storms they summon are extremely destructive and can lay entire cities to waste. Thus, they are known as the Looming Calamity. When enraged, their storms become even more violent, enveloping the area with unrelenting lightning strikes. Apparently, Kageru is deeply tied with the story of Amatsu because he shows up in the trailer. There's going to be like this story thing happening. There's going to be cutscenes and all of that good stuff. And Kageru is shown almost as like going in on a suicide mission to go and kill Amatsu. I want to see that in the game itself, so I'm not going to be showing too much of that. But, Amatsu, Master Rank 10, you should be able to do that because I think you get Master Rank 10 very shortly after you finish the game. So it shouldn't be, after you finish the expansion, Sunbreak expansion. So it shouldn't really be that big a deal, and I'm curious to check out all of his new moves and all that good stuff. Now, naturally, we also got, surprising no one, a new Risen monster in the form of Risen Shigaru Magala. Now, this one's going to require a little bit more Master Rank. You're going to need to be Master Rank 180. Now, luckily, I've been grinding quite a bit, which means that I am going to be able to face off against Risen Shigaru Magala without needing outside assistance, like was the case last time with Risen Volstrax, because I was really behind. But now I'm kind of caught up, so that shouldn't really be a problem. But there's more than that. Naturally, there's also going to be a new cap on Anomaly quests. Anomaly rank is going to be capped at Anomaly rank 300. No, I'm not joking. Anomaly rank 300. That's what they said. Now, in the patch notes, they also mentioned the fact that you're going to be, it's going to be easier to level from 1 to 120, and it's going to be also easier to level from 120 to 220. So they're making the grind all the way up to 220 a little bit easier. I don't think it's going to be a massive difference, so I wouldn't account for that. But from 220 all the way up to 300, you're going to have to get busy. Now, a couple of more things that are happening around Anomaly Investigations. We're also going to be getting new Risen Elder Dragons in Anomaly Investigations. The two new ones that we're getting are going to be Risen Risen Shigaru Magala, as well as Risen Volstrax. I'm sorry, I'm terribly sleep deprived, so, my head is not in the right place. But anyways, those two are going to be added onto the higher tiers, I would assume, of investigations, so get ready for that. They're probably going to be tough as nails. I know for a fact that just like thinking about a supercharged Risen Volstrax is giving me nightmares. I don't think that Shigaru Magala is going to be as problematic as Risen Volstrax, but it's okay because I'm already working on a wide shelling set which is going to be very defensive, which means that my quests are going to be taking really, really long. But guess what? I'm going to be one hell of a tank. Maybe that will work. We'll see. We'll see how that pans out. Now, you might be questioning yourself about, man, do I really want to go all the way up to Anomaly rank 300? Why would I want to go and do that? Because of special investigations. You guys remember how I was saying, oh man, I sure hope special investigations aren't tied to Anomaly rank grind. They are. And in order to unlock your first special investigation, you're going to need to beat Anomaly rank 300. You're going to have to beat an Anomaly rank 300 monster, and that is going to unlock one quest. Here's what it says on the website and what was described during the event. Special investigations should only be attempted by those who have true confidence in their strength. When a max level quest 300 is completed, the player who posted it is rewarded a special investigation, only once. These quests are extremely dangerous and difficult. Completing them will not yield any new quests or luxurious rewards, so there's no reward whatsoever, just bragging rights. But you can earn a special badge of heroes if you complete a lot of these quests with different target monsters. The example that is shown here is a special investigation for Chaotic Gormagala. Now, special investigations have couple of different things when it comes to the monsters. Supposedly their breath attacks are going to have a wider area. They're going to deal more damage. So it's kind of like anomaly powered monsters, but on top of it, all of their stuff is supercharged. Bigger AoEs, more damage, all of that good stuff. So that'll be interesting. It in a way, reminds me of deeply volatile monsters from Wild Hearts, which I'm not sure is a good thing. We'll see how it pans out. Also, armor, your armor is going to be able to be upgraded further, which is a problem for me because I currently have this amount of armor spheres. This is how many armor spheres I have. Actually 0. And I have been doing the side quests, but I've been spending them because I've been working on different sets and experimenting and whatnot, and it's prohibitively expensive right now to upgrade a full set of armor. It just like that stuff goes like that. As a matter of fact, I think I'm even running out of Zenny at this point, and I've had to already spent a bunch of anomaly coins in the research lab. Hey, it is what it is. It's like the economy of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. If you happen to have taken a short break on PC and then came back to Switch, it's not looking too good. So my advice is stick with whatever platform you have because, yeah, resources right now ain't looking like they're going to be easy. Now, in terms of Curious Crafting, they didn't really say much. I would expect us to receive Frostcraft, you know, the previous stuff that was unique to the previous monsters like Dragon Conversion, Frostcraft. I would expect that to be added to the random table of Curious Armor Crafting because that's the modus operandi for all of the other updates, even though they didn't specifically say that, or if they said that, I missed it, but I would expect that to be the thing. And we are going to be getting new armor from Risen Shigaru Magala as well as Amatsu, and those are probably going to take the new unique things. I'm hoping that Gunlance is going to be able to benefit from those because if it's not, we are going to be having some problems because Gunlance is not looking too hot in terms of damage unless you're Ryu, who is god tier at Gunlance. There were a couple of changes to weapons, notably the things that I remember from the patch notes because I'm not going to be going through all the patch notes. But notably, Insect Glaives were slightly buffed, Dual Blades were buffed, Great Sword was buffed, Long Sword was buffed, Gunlance was slightly buffed, and there were a couple of minor buffs to Lance, and I think that was about it. The buff to Gunlance comes in the form of the Wormstake Cannon, so not the Erupting Cannon, which is what we're mostly using most of the time. So they're trying to make it so that we use a little bit more of the Wormstake Cannon in all shelling styles. And the wide shelling is also getting a buff, but only wide shelling. I'll be curious to see because actually I just recently made a wide shelling set, so we'll see how that pans out. Now, another thing, we're getting new melding rituals, and there's 2 of them, and this is actually interesting because this wasn't said in the presentation itself, but Kegren brought my attention to this. Now, if you go to Curious Melding Vigor, which is one of the new ones, this is going to be using materials from, obviously, investigations, because it's going to be curious materials. And basically, these charms are going to be completely random. The Vigor melding is going to be random. Meld multiple talismans by providing multiple amounts of the required materials. They give us a couple of examples here. These don't look particularly hot. Oops, sorry, I maximized the window. These don't look particularly hot in terms of what you've come to expect from charms. Like, they actually show us a couple of them. You can see you got Agitator level 2 and Spare Shot 1 with a 3-piece. That's not great. Then you have Furious. Furious is good. I mean, depending on what you're building for, but it is a skill that I personally haven't seen often in charms, but I haven't really been doing a whole lot of melding. But it's got a ton of slots, and you got Divine Blessing too. That one's not too bad. Then you got Rapid Morph for critical boost, Rapid Morph with peak performance. Like, these charms are not particularly impressive. However, the more interesting ritual is actually the one that comes after, which, as you can see, they only gave us a brief frame. And this is what Kegrin called out to my attention. Curious Melding Cyclist. Now, as you can imagine, Cyclist is meant to basically recycle your other, the other charms that you generate through Curious Melding Vigor. So you take the ones that are generated through Curious Melding Vigor, a bunch of them, you get them together and you can do Curious Melding Cyclist, the ones that you don't want. You guys know how this works, right? The same way that it works for all the other melding rituals, like Reincarnation. Now, the special thing about Curious Melding Cyclist is that if you notice here, it says specify one skill, then provide the required talismans made via Curious Melding. To meld new talismans, you are guaranteed to receive talismans with this skill. So the idea is you're going to get your Curious materials, you're going to get a random roll from the Curious Melding Vigor, and then you're going to get whatever charms you didn't want from Curious Melding Vigor, and you're going to meld those into Cyclist, and you get to actually choose a skill, which is guaranteed to show up on that one. So your final objective is actually doing Curious Melding Cyclist, and I'm assuming that that is where we'll get, like, the highest quality of charms. But we'll see how that pans out. Maybe this is even just, like, placeholder, which is why they didn't talk about it. Maybe this description is wrong. I don't know, but that's what we saw. And anyways, when all is said and done, after all of that good stuff, the final thing that they've actually shown us was this teaser trailer for another update that is going to be coming out in June 2023. And you guys see that there's Rain with the player character. You'll see that we are in the Citadel, so you can already imagine which monster this is going to be. But in case you can't, I'll tell you which one it is. It's not. I don't think it's a big spoiler, but basically this is going to be the last additional monster to the game. It's a bonus update, so there is going to be Title Update 6, at which point also I assume in Title Update 6 we're going to be getting all of the Curious Armor skills added into the loot table, so supposedly it will include the whatever bonus we're going to be getting from Amatsu, whatever new skill Amatsu's going to be bringing in, and whatever new skill, what's his face? Risen Shigaru Magala is going to be bringing in. That's what I would expect, and coupled together with that, the monster that we are getting, which they're about to show here, is Blue Xeno. It's a blue Malzeno. It's some kind of blue variant of Malzeno. You can see that the wing has the same kind of like patterns. You can see the legs. Like, if you set this next to an actual Malzeno picture, it's very easy to draw comparisons. They could be pulling a fast one on us, but most likely this is going to be some variant of Malzeno. Maybe Malzeno before it was affected by the Curio. Maybe it'll even be more powerful. Who knows? Maybe it transforms midway through. Who the hell knows what's going to be, but they're calling it a variant. It's going to be a Malzeno variant of some description. And that is pretty much all of the news for today. I just wanted to do this kind of like little summary for those of you that don't have time to watch the live stream. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all that jazz. Really helps me out. Thank you all very much for the outstanding support that you guys provide me. It's very humbling. And later today, I'm also going to be streaming this. So hopefully, if you're looking forward to it, show up by the stream. See you guys then. Stay strong. Stay safe. Peace out.